Greetings, Donald here. Do you remember what we were doing in August of 2017? Yes, we were looking up at the sky at the great solar eclipse. Remember that? It was hyped for weeks, a big deal. Next eclipse wouldn't happen for another 7 years. Well, right now we are in a historic hiring market. Supposedly the hottest hiring market in the last 10 years. And I'm speaking of recruiting season 2018, and I say it's as historic and as noteworthy as the Great Eclipse. Nobody really pays attention to it, except the business press. I'll get into that in a second. So, what are you going to do about it? Everybody tells me I'm just too busy, and even if they're not busy, they say they're busy. However, I don't think that's really the problem. This is a big deal. There may be a real opportunity here for you. And I don't think it's so much that you're busy. I think it's that you just don't know where to start on short notice. Good news there is that I know where to start because I've done this 1,800 times. I know how to jumpstart you into exploring this market if you're interested. Key thing, you must have certain raw material that I can work with. I'll explain the whole thing in a couple of seconds. So first thing, to prove to yourself that we're in a hot hiring market, just Google phrases like, now is the best time to look for a new job, anything like that. You'll get lots of hits from Wall Street Journal and other business publications. And here's an important note, by the way, just because this market is hot, that does not mean you can just walk into any company and get any job you want. Clicking on job boards or spamming recruiters will probably not work. Hasn't really worked in the past, and it really doesn't work now. In fact, getting inside the front door of a company is becoming more and more difficult. Companies have adopted this mantra. Don't call us, we'll call you. You get the idea. No matter how hot the market is, that much has not changed. You must get inside this well-fortified castle, like the drawing shows, that posts a big keep out sign. And that's another subject of another video. So the old search methods aren't working like they used to. People don't realize how fast this job search landscape is changing. Here's my Jumpstart package. If you want to explore the hottest job market in 10 years, and if you've only got minimal time to invest, this is for you. Here are my 3 assumptions. 1, I assume you're already busy without any time to figure out a job search. 2, I assume you'll show me some good raw material to work with. For example, success stories, results for past employers, marketable skills. If that information is locked up inside your head, I'll pull it out, okay? Like this drawing says, you can't read the label from inside the jar. You need help from the outside. That's what I'll do. And we assume that the program is going to cover 8 points, all right? Number 1, resume update, easy. Number 2, LinkedIn update. Number 3, figuring out your target. This is hugely important, and most people cannot do it. They cannot articulate a clear target, and that's a separate video. Number 4, we do a realistic interview simulation, and I use the results of that to update the resume and the LinkedIn profile. Number 5, also, based on what you tell me during the interview, we'll work out a shorthand personal brand. This is very important. Number 6, I'll tell you where you probably stack up competitively. Based on my experience doing this work for 1,800 people, I can give you a pretty good assessment. Number 7, sanity check. Look, there may be a hidden flaw that's obvious to everybody but you and that's sabotaging your search. This is hugely important. And number 8, finally, we figure out the very next steps. This is where a lot of these searches break down. They break down at the goal isn't correct, or people just can't figure out what to do next. So I'll tell you the very first 4 steps. Keep that moving. You will not get frozen in place. By the way, every person starts with the same 8 points, but we emphasize different areas depending on where you are on the spectrum. There's no cookie cutter solution here. Doesn't work. Must be customized. So this is not for everybody, but if you've got good raw material, I can make this work for you. To get started, please contact me ASAP on LinkedIn or email. I'm out of time. Gotta go, but I wish you the very best and good luck in your search.